Hello, everyone. I'm writing mentor Miranda, and today we're going to talk about infographics. As you are aware, you will be needing to create one for this course. I understand that creating a design centric piece can be daunting, but I'm here to tell you that you've got this. As a design major and social media manager myself, I wanted to share with you some of my own knowledge to help you get an edge on your project. Before we get started with some tips and tricks, I need you to do something for me. Navigate to the module in which you will be submitting the assignment titled Module 6 Representing Primary Research and Infographic, and take a look at Overview and Purpose. Pause this video and review the resources provided for you via the hyperlinks starting now. Read them? Perfect. Let's move on. The resources and the module itself give some wonderful programs for you to utilize for this project, as you have just read in the module. In my personal opinion, and especially if you have never designed a piece like this before, you should utilize Canva. Canva is super user friendly and provides a variety of templates for you to work off of. Just remember, you should be making it your own. Do not just fill in a template and call it a day. Play around with it, add new imagery, whether you decide to use this program or any other available option that you just read about, the methodology still applies. Now, I won't tell you how to use these programs. There's a lot of them. There's plenty of YouTube videos for that. But I will tell you some things you should focus on. One, how can you showcase your profile in a digital format? Does it effectively explain your chosen business or organization and the interesting or memorable takeaway you want to show your audience? Basically, will the audience know what your profile is all about after taking a look at your infographic? This is the crux of the assignment. This is something I can't tell you how to do, as every single one of your profiles are different. But I want you to keep your ideas in the back of your mind as we discuss infographics further. Here's some examples of effective, pleasing to the eye infographics that were done by former students in English 101. They did a wonderful job. The first example had a profile all about the family like community at their local CrossFit. See how it fits the overall topic? The second example delved into how a local bakery supports their city and showcased their research in a clean and digital way. Speaking of examples, don't be afraid to look some up on the internet. A large part of design work comes from inspiration. Just be sure not to copy anybody's work. It doesn't hurt to get ideas, though. Two, plan your layout. Don't just start adding text and imagery in there. Create a rough draft and map out where you would like your information to go. Then make it pretty later. Design follows close behind writing in the fact that your final product is never your first. A suggestion I have for you is to use a pen and paper first. That's right, old school. Sketch out your ideas using boxes and squiggles until something makes sense. It's much easier to think of a layout by hand before attempting to create one on a computer. Three, design itself. Think margins, color palette, and readability. Would you mix neon pink and lime green together? How about placing images haphazardly and have your text bleed off the edges? No? You don't need to be a design major to think of the basics. For example, text alignment. If your written words match up and are off center from each other, you're off to a good start. Keep margins in mind. A well designed infographic shouldn't have blocks of text right on the edge of the page. A good rule of thumb is 2 inches on each side, but of course that can vary. Another thing to think about is coloring. Make sure it is pleasing to the eye. If you're unsure of what colors go together, consult Google. There's plenty of pre designed color palettes that many people use in their day to day. Now, this isn't a design course, so I won't go into RGB versus CMYK or anything like that. But if you're interested in learning more, I definitely recommend checking out YouTube. There's some great beginner friendly videos to get you started. I'm also available via email if you are interested in learning more, since that's what I do. And finally, whatever you do, do not use a word processor like Google Docs or Microsoft Word as your medium. You simply cannot utilize creativity in these spaces. As I mentioned before, there are plenty of free to use options for you to choose from. Speaking of, did you know that you get the entire Adobe suite free as an ASU student? All in all, I'm confident that you will create a stunning infographic. As I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions or wish to go a bit more in depth, please feel free to send me an email and we can discuss synchronously or asynchronously. I am more than happy to assist you and share the knowledge that I have learned. That's all for now, and good luck.